Yo, what's up? Here are 4 tricks you need to know to get great at guitar. 1. Trying to reduce the amount of variables we're dealing with is an efficient way to invest our CPU power in the new element that we're learning. For example, if usually when I'm playing shows I'm sitting down, I would want to practice sitting down. I would want to have my bridge, my truss rod, the string gauge, my pick, all the elements that I'm playing with as solid and non-changeable as possible. It's fine if some things change a little bit, but in general we want consistency. Like, if you play piano, so the piano is in a certain place always. So the same way I want to have less variables. I want to know where G is. If I close my eyes, I just want to kind of imagine and be able to find a note. So then if I'm standing up, and usually I'm used to stand up when I play shows, that's fine. So I would practice that way most of the time as well. It's fine to sit down a little bit too, it's not a problem. But just most of the time I want to play and practice the way I'm playing shows, just so my whole system is used that way and there are less variables. 2. Explore your habits. Look for a place that things feel good. Even if you're playing for 15 years, maybe your pick is not in the right place for you. Maybe you need to change the hand position. Maybe the pick needs to be a little closer to the fretboard. Maybe it needs to be a little closer to the bridge. They're all possible options that gets us different sound, right? If I'm playing this note here, it will sound in a certain way. And if I'm playing it in the middle, kind of between the fretboard and the bridge, it will sound like that. And then I'll get a brighter sound, but also more tension, more resistance, so my hand might be in a different place. And again, everybody's hand is slightly different, everybody's body structure is slightly different, so different things would feel good. This is something that I always try to explore, and keeping an open mind about that, and trying to just like say, okay, tabula rasa, just saying, okay, how comfortable is this? What if I play it here? If I play it here, how is my hand position in relationship? How comfortable? Maybe I need to have it tilted, straight, lower, higher. All these are variables. So I think being clear and trying to be consistent and finding a place of balance is really important on a very technical level. Again, putting the metronome and saying, okay, let me just play just one note, 60 BPM or 80 or 100, just like trying to hear it and seeing how comfortable I am and how consistent and how much control I have in the different places. The same thing with the pick, right? Kind of being consistent maybe with the pick, with the shape, the size, the angle. All of these elements are more variables that, if you keep changing all these things all the time, your mind has a lot of work to do. It needs to all the time kind of calculate these angles and adjust to what you want. So basically the point is like, just reduce the amount of variables as much as you can and be consistent with the elements that can be consistent, so the other ones can be kind of explored. In terms of the left hand, I would also ask myself, is it in a good place? Is my thumb functioning as a contra, etc., etc.? I would make a point to be as loose as possible with no tension, trying to explore the point of sound. How much power and how much energy do I need to invest in order to just get a sound, right? Because pushing these strings is not crazy hard. So just finding that point of balance, that the fingers are close to the string, so I'm not every time going crazy far to hit the note. Maybe it's an exercise, sometimes I'll do that, which is good, but finding that point of balance and understanding how much energy do we really need to, push the string down, and then trying to be close to the string so we're very efficient energy wise. Same thing with the pick. I'm trying to be close to the strings so I don't need to skip a lot and waste energy and time, so I can be efficient with my actions. 3. Tag the colors. Try to see and be aware of the notes in the guitar. There's a lot of repetition. If we're talking about C major scale, there are only 7 notes, right? So if I'm just playing a position, any one of these positions, there are only 7 notes, so the repetition is really high. If we're talking about pentatonic, it's only 5 notes. I can play it all across the guitar, but it's basically the same notes. So again, try to see and hear the sound colors. So if you just take even one note, like just take C, play it all across the guitar in different octaves. So C, D, E. And it could be slow, it could be fast. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you see it and you can hear it. So when you're playing this position of C major scale or any key, think about the notes and try to hear them in relationship to that center. So all the time when you're practicing, whether it's scales or soloing, you're aware of the sound colors. So again, you're always tagging these colors, whether it's E flat major 7, you're like, oh, it's G on top, or it's C minor and it's G on top, or it's, you know, G7 flat 9 and G's in the bass. So you're always aware of the sounds and the colors and the notes. So the more you do that, the more you're going to see the guitar, and just like you'll get easier access to create and write and express yourself. 4, big range triads. With guitar, a lot of times we tend to see things in kind of positions and boxes, which is not bad, it's good. But in reality, it's good to see things kind of in a natural way. Again, if you play piano and you want to play C major triad, you just play it up and down. Kind of in the same way, sometimes I would take a jazz standard, like All the Things You Are, and I'll play the triads 1, 3, 5 from the lowest note of the guitar, or E, if that's my chord, to the highest note of the guitar, which is D for me. So I'll take, for example, F minor. Usually I'll do it with a metronome on 20 BPM or a little bit more. I'll do something like that and I'll say exactly what I'm doing. So I'll be like F minor 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and B flat minor and 2 and 3 and 4 and E flat major and 2 and 3 and 4 and A flat major and 2 and 3 and 4 and D flat major and 2 and 3 and 4 and G major and 2 and 3 and 4 and C major, etc., etc. So what I'm doing, again, I'm playing triads and shifting them in time where the bar line starts, but I'm not jumping, right? I'm just keeping the direction. So if I'm going up, I'm keeping going up. If I'm going ascending or descending, going down. So I'm just keep on going in the same direction that I'm intending to go. And the chord shift, the direction of the music keeps the same. And I'll do that with 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So I think these exercises are really, really healthy because they break down the guitar into just music. I live in New York, but I'm heading out to a road trip, so heading to LA. So I might share some road trip adventures with you guys as well, see how it goes. And then I'll be in LA for a couple of months. So if you're in LA, please say hi. Thanks so much for joining. Please subscribe. Please share this with a friend that want to get good at guitar, and this might be helpful. And I'll see you guys next week.